Man, get your ass off that phone, boy, and listen to me, man. You better listen to my snap. Boy, I will pop your head like a goddamn watermelon.
Welcome to Underrated Movies. My name is Alton Henry, and if you've been liking my channel, my movie reviews, you can like it, and you could see right here. Yeah, I mean, you can like my videos, and you can follow me on Stardust. I got more movie reviews there, just more varieties there. This is only for underrated and independent action movies. Hold on, there we go. You follow me on AJ Film Guy on Stardust. I also have a Twitter. Just look for me on Twitter. So, but today I would like to talk to you, and it's a very underrated movie. I know not a lot of people watched it, but when it was on Rotten Tomato, they gave it a D-. But don't listen to what everybody else tells you when it comes to a movie. I mean, even though the movie might be bad, it could be pretty good. I mean, to you. Today I would like to talk to you a George Clooney movie, and it's an action movie somewhat, but it's a spy thriller. It's called, well, if you want to be patriotic, then it's called The American, the True American. George Clooney is a true American, and the reason why, because he gets with a lot of ladies in this movie. I tell you, a lot of ladies. Now, the movie is about him being an assassin, and he goes into hiding after a mission that goes wrong. So he's put in Italy to just to hide out there and make weapons to another contract that he has to take part in for another assassin. So he's there to build a rifle and try to keep low during his stay in the beautiful, I think it was Florence, Italy. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. But so during his stay there, he falls in love with a prostitute, and things kind of haywire with Mr. George Clooney. I mean, his name's Jack in the movie. You gotta have a badass name, Jack. I mean, who would want to be named Jack in a badass spy movie? Jack Cruise, I don't know. I mean, off topic. I'm noticing when you watch Tom Cruise movies, you really notice that in most of his movies, he has the name Jack. Like Jack Reacher, I think his name in Oblivion's Jack. He has a bunch of movie characters named Jack. Jack's a badass name, so I'm thinking. He told all his producers, I will not do this movie unless it's not Mission Impossible. But I will not do this movie unless you call me Jack. I want the character named Jack because I want my mama to call me Jack so I could go with Jack Cruise, badass action hero. In every movie he's in. But anyway, Jack, his name's Jack. Back to the American. His name's Jack. So while there, he romanced with a prostitute, and he starts to get a little paranoid if maybe she's only with him to kill him or trying to get more information about it. And the person that he's trying to make weapons for, also a lady, he thinks she might be playing him or soon might double cross him. So the movie kind of deals with Jack's paranoia a whole lot, whether just trying to live like a quiet life. You always has that constant paranoia. You can't really settle down or really I guess can't settle down to have like a normal peaceful life because you're always on edge. Jack is always on edge. I mean, you live a life as an assassin, you're always on edge in that lifestyle. Just anything can happen just like that, and then somebody starts shooting you. There's also a subplot, I guess, in the movie where he ends up having conversations with this priest, and this priest, good scenes though, talk about him, about his faith and what he believes in and what he end game is, and living the life that he leads. I don't think he tells. If I remember, he doesn't tell the priest. Jack doesn't tell the priest specifically as to exactly what he's doing. Who wants to tell their priest that, hey, I'm hire a killer assassin. The movie is beautifully shot. The action scenes in this, low budgeted. I think it's only like $20 million. Pretty good. This is a very pretty good, but in a sense, I feel like it's realistic. They keep it realistic. When a shootout scene happens, it doesn't last 5 minutes. It happens a couple seconds, thing, bam, 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 like that. So that's what happens. I really like the car chase scene in this. George Clooney's performance here is really good. Actually, everybody is really good. I like the direction in this. But the thing does have issues. Slow pace. Very. Art house action movies, I feel like they are slower pace because they're developing characters and they're developing a poetic style to push out a certain theme in the film where they kind of hold the dial on the plot, like, hey, no conflict yet. We need to take our time to build up, to really resonate with the movie and feel something. I want you to feel something. We can't have all this just fast-paced stuff. So the movie does take its time to really get on to the point, and the movie's only an hour and a half, so it does slow down pretty good for at least half the movie. After the introduction scene, the credits roll, it slows down pretty good. Yeah, the movie slows down way down, and it does take some time, and be patient with it. Be patient where the characters are trying to accomplish with this, with the story. I mean, the story's not strong. It's pretty straightforward, but really be patient what the character's mindset is in this film. Because the character Jack, there's not much about him. His character, his character is lonely. Living that kind of work style, you do produce a very lonely life. You won't be able to really connect with people. You have that constant paranoia that anyone that you try to connect with might turn against you. So there's also the idea of trust. You can't really trust who you're working with or just somebody right next to you. You're in constant paranoia mode, constant caution to try to reach out and form a connection with people, including forming a relationship, because the movie really shows his struggle silently, where he wants to form a relationship, he wants to connect with women, but he can't because he's, believes that doing that he will jeopardize his mission and also could possibly be killed if one of these ladies turned out to double cross him. Maybe there's a sexist thing there, but it's just as a general format of connecting in relationships, dealing with living as a assassin for the government or from whoever. That's I don't know if other movies have done that too well. I'm sure they have. But this one and this film really explores that theme, that idea a lot more compared to other movies, which is just mostly action based. And it's not your typical James Bond movie, of course. No, not by a long shot. Yeah, not by a long shot, I tell you. So the movie does suffer from pacing, but it does take its time. So take your time. And it doesn't need to be fast pacing all the time. You want to feel the mood, feel the movie, feel the characters, just feel everything about the movie that you want to just try to connect with. Yeah. So the movie does challenge you on the pacing, but the acting's good. The action scenes in this are great, even though there's not that much. Really, there's probably maybe 3 action scenes out of the whole movie, which good way to really, I think, pacing out the action scenes, especially for a movie that's around like 90 minutes. Don't need to be having a movie crowded with action scenes. But anyway, I think this movie, I feel like if you want something a little bit more than your average assassin movie, then check this out. However, this is not an action-heavy film. I think the movie was advertised during its theatrical run as an action film. It is not. I mean, it's artsy action movie, but it's not a direct action film. Period. So it's a character piece. It's character study. I really like the direction in this where it's going as a spy film. I think this is one of George Clooney's most silent and suspenseful roles. I mean, he's good at every shot in this film that he appears in, which the movie shows him like basically 90% of the time. And good romance story. I mean, I won't spoil how it ends, but living that kind of lifestyle. Actually, and I ain't gonna spoil it for you. So I'm willing to give this 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, that's my rating for this. It does take its time to kick in after that big hookup, but then once it kind of kicks back in, it does kick back in, and it does. That's when the plot really gets kicks into the movie. So if you like this video, please give it a like or place a comment on it, and hopefully you've seen the movie and you might want to comment on it and talk about it, and then you can also follow me on Stardust, and I'll see you in my next video. Yay!